It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. Great game in store for y'all. All that and more coming up next.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome, and Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league, and we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from the Steel City. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the veteran from Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
The thing that has always really stood out and impressed me the most about this guy, Mike, is how steady and reliable he is anytime he's called upon. You know exactly what you're getting anytime he's under center. Maybe not the biggest arm in the world, but I'll tell you what, he gives you just enough to work with, and he is capable of getting the job done.
They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Rudolph. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On the ground, it's Jalen Warren. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. A give, and here's Johnson. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They'll go again with Johnson.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Another run here with Johnson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
On first down, right back to Johnson. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Rudolph. They drop this down to Warren. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drop.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Yeah, you have to feel good, Mike, seeing Baker Mayfield back established as a franchise NFL quarterback. He had such a tough journey these last couple years, bouncing around multiple spots around the league. And then last year, down in Tampa, he has a chance to get them to the NFC Championship game just a few plays away. He continues to play up to his potential. This team's going to be tough to beat.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Steelers offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Kaleb can't see. In on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. A run here with Johnson. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pickup there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
On the handoff, it's Johnson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Rudolph. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away. Back deep for the Bucs, their speedster, Trey Palmer. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Buccaneers offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. Not much happening there, just a short gain. On 2nd down, Baker. That's caught left side by Otten. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Third and a yard. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. 15 yards through the air. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
Back-to-back 3 and outs, and Not ideal to start the game in that manner, so that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up 1st and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold. You got to go down and find some points here and get your offense settled down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. On the ground, they'll go with Rashad White, the back out of Arizona State. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Mayfield. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball, but let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Here comes Otten in motion. On play action, Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
3rd and long. They send Evans in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
A give. This is Irving. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Right back to Irving. He'll take it into the red zone. It's at the 19. Second down and 8. Throwing is Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. A chance here to draw level before the break. It's 1st and goal. This one is hauled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Chris Godwin. Touchdown Buccaneers. Oh, the teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Buccaneers will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. He's got a man down the field. It's Austin. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Boswell now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Steelers will move out to a 14-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. To return is Tucker. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Mayfield. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. now Mayfield. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for, and it'll bring up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. It's Riley Dixon coming on now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a second down.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Throwing, Rudolph. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. These two teams ready for the second half, and so are we. So let's get you back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out. And this is taken in by the defense.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the handoff, it's Irving. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
3rd and 9. Mayfield to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Johnson. Not much to work with there. He'll get down to about the 22. Here's Rudolph. A pass taken in by Johnson. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
So in regards to being used in the passing game, there's really 2 types of backs in this league. There's the check down back. He's able to just take the short gains and try to pick up more yards after catch. And then there's the back that can be used as a weapon. Man, when you got a guy like that in your passing game, it is a handful for defenses.
This one caught at the 4. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 21-7 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, here comes Tucker. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll run it. It's Irving. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is Mayfield. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Here comes Otten in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. To the tight end, Otten with the grab. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st down is Mayfield. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They'll send a tight end in motion. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. On second down, Baker. Throw left side. Pulled in by Evans. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Here comes Otten in motion. And some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face third and long. Here comes Otten in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. They get 19 on that pass play. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. They send Godwin in motion. Now Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll run with Irving. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They send Godwin in motion. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Irving. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They send Godwin in motion. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. And he will score! Game on! Touchdown, Tampa.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Bucs draw closer here. It's 21-14. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. Patterson now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Steelers offense and Mason Rudolph heading out onto the field. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. On the give, it's Johnson. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. Back to throw is Rudolph. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Buccaneers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down, here's Irving. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Here comes Otten in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Throwing is Baker. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he'll get the penalty yardage back, and more than that. He's a couple yards short of the 1st down, a gain of 13. Here's 2nd and 2. Baker gonna hand it to White. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to White. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They send Evans in motion. Throwing is Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. Patterson now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Rudolph. This one grabbed by Austin. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, there's really two schools of thought, Mike. You have yourself the lead in the fourth quarter, and a lot of people just say, let's sit on it, let's play smart, just don't give anything to the opposing team to let themselves back in the game. Well, that's exactly what they almost did here. They put the ball in the air, tried to remain aggressive, and they're lucky it didn't come back to bite them.
And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Quick throw, taken in. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
It is 2nd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's out of bounds with the first down. So they get a new set of downs and just as importantly stop the clock.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. There's Evans. He's got it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's over the middle of the tight end, Otten. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Mayfield to throw. Now, screen set up for Irving. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now, Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Towels waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down. To throw is Mayfield. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
Just an absolute clinic of putting together a drive, Mike, when you need it the most. And their ability to move the ball down the field, it worked the clock perfectly. They come away with that late touchdown, and more than likely, barring something crazy, a victory as well.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Kenneth Gainwell going to bring it out of the end zone. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. And a timeout is called, so now you're probably looking at one final play back in their own territory. This is going to take a miracle. Here comes 2nd down. Here's Rudolph. That is incomplete with 1 second left on the clock. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. Here we go. One final play. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So a win here for the visiting Bucs. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.